plumber, and we're here today in East Boston, Massachusetts, and we replaced the boiler on the third floor in this apartment. The boiler is a Buderus GB142, and it's direct vent. The supply and exhaust are done in standard Schedule 40 3-inch PVC pipe. And this is a condensing boiler, and it's also modulating. Condensing means it produces moisture when it runs, so we had to add drains to it to accommodate for the constant running water that this is going to produce. And modulating, it has an outdoor air sensor. It measures the outdoor air temperature and modulates the boiler water temperature based on the input it receives from that sensor. So it's on a reset schedule, and it's all factory programmed. And we'll take a look at it right now. This is in a closet application, and there was absolutely no room to put anything else but what we put in. And also combustion air was a major factor in this installation. Because not only is this up on the third floor, but it's also the building next door is probably 5 feet away. You can almost touch it. So there was really no way to put a ladder up outside. It would have to be done with staging, and this is the easiest and fastest way to do this installation. So here it is, and they're quite compact. And here's our PVC piping, and this is the actual exhaust piping, and this is actually a drain to receive the condensate, and it goes into almost like a standpipe. That's one drain. This also has another drain under here that receives the water from the boiler itself. So there's actually 2 drips, and that's typical of any boiler that is high efficiency. These are extremely high efficient, and most gas boilers produce moisture when they're that efficient. This boiler also has accommodations for domestic hot water, but right now we had to do this on an emergency basis because the old boiler had a safety issue, and we needed to replace this as soon as possible. So this was the solution. And it's a single zone system. Now the pumping is primary secondary, which basically means that it has 2 pumps. One pump pumps to a manifold, and the other pump pumps it from the manifold to the room. And I'll get into more detail about that right now. So here we are. This is the manifold, and this pump, I'm going to shine a light on it right here. This pump right here is an adjustable Grundfos pump, and that gets, all this does is pump water from the boiler to this manifold and back down. So basically it does this. If you see the light going, that's all that's going on with that. This pump pumps the water across the manifold, and basically it's a series loop from here. So we have primary, secondary pumps pumping to the manifold and a series loop system, which basically means all the baseboard is in a single loop in series. Here we have a typical expansion tank air eliminator, and the flashlight doesn't want to cooperate today. B&G aerator, expansion tank, and auto feeder, backflow preventer. Now, because this is on the third floor, if the relief valve should go, it would make a mess. So what I did was I piped the relief valve and the backflow preventer into the safe pan. So if they ever did go, it would actually go into the drain and downstairs. Again, this is a replacement situation, and money and time is always a factor in the winter when you're trying to get the heat on in a hurry. So let's take a look inside the unit itself. And here we have the internal workings of it. This is a cast aluminum block. And super efficient. It's actually not firing right now. It was firing a little while ago. This is the actual air intake. I call it a bugle. This is typical of a condensing boilers. They have the air intake like that. And this right here is the, this connects to the outdoor air sensor and switches the boiler on and off based on input from the thermostat. Right here we have a drawer that where you can actually set the domestic hot water and set the temperature of the boiler, but we're going to put it on automatic and just leave it and let it do its job all by itself. So for our connection right here, we had to cut in a Y, and this actually serves a lavatory on the other wall. So what we did was we common vented this drip connection and just basically cut a Y in to receive the condensate from this boiler. So that's our installation for today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and please watch again. This is a more difficult job because of the lack of space. This closet that I'm in is 4 feet by 6 feet, and most of the time I was upside down, lying down, putting things together. It's just the working conditions here are incredibly poor, and there's just no room to work. There's only room for one person, and it took a long time to put in. Plus there was an endless stream of people in the hallway just immediately adjacent to this, and just took a real long time because of all that.